Happy Monday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's going to be a great week. I first want to kick it off and say thank you, thank you, thank you. So many of you have reached out, and I'm so grateful for you. And you've reached out and said congratulations, whatever. I just wanted to say thank you for that. And this community is amazing, amazing. I talk about it everywhere I go. And the word for today is humility, humility. And it's kind of interesting. We're looking at this word because one of the things that I've really been taught by, and I was taught by one of my mentors, I really appreciate, is he would talk about this a lot. And he'd say the two biggest killers in business and in life is greed and ego. Greed and ego. He said it tends to destroy people at all different levels of success. And when we looked at the word humility, as I was going through it, I kept going back to ego. And I went, man, if we could just all stay humble inside, truly humble inside, even when people are bragging on us and telling us job well done, it's like, I remember being a coach and I remember the games and, you win a double overtime victory against the number 2 team in the state. And they start talking about, coach, you did this and you did that. And, but can you grab humility and go, I didn't play the game. Those kids did that. Can you be the coach that stands up in defeat and go, I didn't do my job to prepare the kids like they needed to be prepared? It's a challenge. It is a challenge. And humility, it says a modest or low view of one's importance, just humbleness, right? It's not about me type attitude. And we appreciate the thanks. We appreciate the congratulations. Melissa Jackson is so humble. So many people, they're congratulating. I see you and you're doing this. And she just always has this humbleness about her that I appreciate. But Rick Warren, which actually wrote, was an author of The Purpose-Driven Life, said, true humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking yourself less, right? So it's putting others. It's always looking at opportunities to put somebody else, to thank someone else, to lift someone else up, but not thinking less of yourself. You still know what you're doing, right? 6 attributes of healthy humility. And that's really where I focus. I'm going to go through them quick. But it's number 1, they acknowledge they don't have it all together. I'm not perfect, right? I hope I can always remember and laugh and look at you and say, I'm just not perfect, man. I am so flawed as a human. So flawed. I mess up every day. Number 2, they know the difference between self-confidence and false pride. I mean, self-confidence is earned, right? Because you're feeling prepared, you took action, you overcome something. But pride is when it starts to become bigger than you, or you're bigger than the moment, right? That's where the I starts coming in. One of the things I see in self-pride, I'm trying to be quick, Andrea, is backing up and let the player speak, right? I thought about the coach and I thought, here's what I mean by pride. Big game, just won the game. Reporters are out there, they're wanting to interview. And it's like, get out of the way, get out of the way. I need to talk. Let me tell you what the coach did. Where a humble steps back and lets the player talk, lets the player take the accolades. Number 3, they seek to add value. They have a servant heart. Number 4, they take responsibility for their actions. Everybody makes mistakes. But the truly humble own it. Might take a little bit for them to own it, but they own it. They understand the shadow side of success. Number 5. They're downsides to everything. There's downsides to success, and they understand it. Number 6, they are filled with gratitude for what they have. It's taking the time to go, I know where everything comes from. I know where everything is given. So, Andrea, this was a great word today. I want to turn it to you. Thanks for being here with us.
Well, thank you, Coach. And I think you probably are the most humble leader. So just quick congratulations again. I can speak for all of us. We're all so proud of you and proud to be a part of your community. So congratulations on that. But I love this word. I found the most fun quote, I thought, and it said, on the highest throne in the world, we still sit only on our own bottom. Isn't that the truth? Doesn't matter how high we get, doesn't matter who we become, we still sit on our own heinies and put our pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. So love that so much. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, so I'll type it in the chat maybe later, Michael or Mitchell something. But so we all strive to be humble. I don't think anybody wants to walk around with this big old ego, right? Like that's very unattractive in a human. Nobody would want that. But sometimes we might not see the benefits of humility. Like sometimes we can see the benefits of putting yourself out there, of being, maybe more confident or whatever. But I'm going to talk about how humility can help us succeed. And I can't see my clock today, Coach. So if I'm fast, you just tell me to, or slow, you just tell me to hurry up. But first of all, humility allows us to learn. So when we realize that we can learn from our mistakes, when we don't think we're the smartest person in the room, then we have that essential foundation to admit that we're not perfect and we can benefit from learning from the people around us. So it gives us the ability to learn. 2, it proves that we don't know it all. So, the same side of that coin pretty much is that if we're humble, if we're living with humility, we realize that we make mistakes. Kind of like Coach said, I am not perfect. I know it. I can't even strive for perfection. So if I know that I make mistakes and that I recognize that I don't know it all, then I can attract that knowledge into my life. I can take the time to learn. 3, it creates endless possibilities. So when a humble leader, when a humble human recognizes that they don't have all the answers, that opens us up to the possibilities that are in this world. And having that sense of humility provides us with that new perspective, stronger relationships, significant personal and professional growth, right? If we're walking around tooting our own horn, well, we might not be reading the books that we need to read or listen to the podcasts we need to listen to gain that information that we could be more successful in our life. And 4, it magnifies our strengths. So I want to kind of think about this for a minute. Have you ever met somebody that is just so full of themselves that that's all you can see, right? Like you look at them and they might be a great speaker. They might be incredibly smart. They might even be the most beautiful human in the room, but you can't even see that because all you see is how full of themselves they are. So if you can be humble, it actually magnifies all those other strengths because people can really see you as a whole person instead of that giant ego. And then lastly, it helps other people connect and relate with you. So if you're authentic, if you can be humble enough to admit those flaws, then it creates those Me Too moments, right? Of where people say, oh my gosh, I struggle with that too. I struggle with that too. I struggle with that too. And doesn't that create incredible connection in our lives? So thank you guys so much. I'm very humbled to be on here with you guys today. And thank you, Coach, for everything. Happy Monday.
Andrea, thank you. Hey, this was a great word to start off the week, to put everything in perspective. So we love you guys. We're grateful for you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And let's go rock the day. See you.
Thank you,
Next
guys.
question.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Congratulations,
Everyone,
Coach
have a great
Palmer.
day.
Congratulations, Brent.